Hello everyone, this is TracerMay21 and today I'm bringing you guys a video talking about Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. This video here, in my opinion, is long overdue, given the fact of the matter I basically started playing this game legitimately last year. No, that's not accurate. I played this freaking crap on PC actually before even playing it on the PlayStation 4. But anyway, here we are. So, when it comes to Storm 4, the first thing that I want to talk about is the mechanics of the game and going into depth and detail regarding that, okay? You may say, this Storm 4 is a good game. It really is. And then you may say, Storm 4 is a bad game. I mean, it has some bad features to it, but at the end of the day, it does conquer some of the previous problems that we faced with the previous Storm games, okay? Now, at the end of the day, when it comes to Storm 3, everybody knows that hands down, that was monumental of a freaking game. Storm 3 was the game for freaking the Storm community. When Storm 4 came out, or better yet, no, scratch that. When Storm Revolution came out, it brought up a few ideas that were unpolished that freaking got dang on basically at some point we all struggled with, or at least I struggled with, right? Now, here's the thing. When it comes to Storm 4, that became a totally different story, okay? We have the counter system, which was polished. We have the awakening system, which was polished. Instant awakening was removed, and they obviously added the switch feature, which may have seemed awkward at first to certain people, but at the same time, it basically added so much more. When it comes to the story mode, we'll touch bases very minutely, if that makes sense, because at the end of the day, there's not really much to say on the story mode. I mean, obviously CC2 did really bring it when it came to the story mode, but at the same time, they did have freaking flaws with that crap as well. For example, screenshots that look like it was made on Sony Vegas. I heard this freaking example multiple freaking times. You know what I mean? And utilizing Adobe After Effects is freaking goddamn or just add some freaking shake feature and things of that nature. That's fine, okay? I understand. The story mode wasn't really the best, but at the same time, it did accomplish the goal. When we have the story mode of the Storm 4 freaking goddamn crap, at the end of the day, that was one good thing, okay? Then we have the actual gameplay itself. Now, this is something I really want to go into, okay? So, starting off, right? I'm not going to start with the online. I'm going to start off by bringing out the simple fact of the matter whenever we go into the I guess the offline multiplayer, or better yet, if you go into practice mode, okay, we'll start there. If you go into practice mode, you turn on everything that the computer can sit back and basically do. All right, obviously it's not as intense compared to Storm 3. I'm not trying to compare Storm 4 to Storm 3, but obviously as its predecessor, that means that they have to build based off of the previous games. How can I put this? What the previous game had that had made it so great, that's something that they should have utilized to go on ahead and take into the next game. When it comes to the offline multiplayer and you're in practice mode and you turn on everything that the computer can sit back and do, the computer doesn't really bring it to that state of, I guess, fighting, if that makes sense. If you're sitting back and you're fighting against the computer and it sits back and does anything, okay, in practice mode, I'm pretty sure as long as you know the game, there's chances are that the computer really won't be able to touch you. Okay, now we're going into the CPU like versus mode, if that makes sense. Okay, what I've noticed is that like that was very entertaining. Now, yes, it's not as challenging, but what I ended up doing is basically turning the handicaps all the way up so I could be able to go on ahead and have a challenging match. Now, after touching bases on the main, I guess, things when it comes to freaking Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, now it's time to go into some of the more in-depth things, okay? Coming into Storm 4, I really disliked the game, okay? I'm going to say that, I'm going to put that out there so that way I'm not acting biased towards this game. The reason being is because, like I stated before, I sucked at Revolution, and yes, I do hate that game. But at the end of the day, I did go on ahead and stick with Storm 3 when Revolution came out, okay? So, when Storm 4 came out, it was like all of this crap was so new to me. The counter system, the freaking, the fact of the matter, obviously the switch freaking feature and things of that nature. See, my game style, basically, I'll create an opening and close the opening instantaneously as I do things in the game. right? Instant awakening inside of Storm 3 was the best way to do that. Now, yes, you can hop out of your combo and things of that nature. Then they also added this thing where you can basically hop around with R2. But there's so much depth when it comes to Storm 4. What really gets me, or what I could say is what also got a friend of mine's, is the thing of the matter is the game does feel different. Okay, what you have to do and what I feel going into tips and tricks and things of that nature. All right, you obviously have to sit back and train on the game. If you're used to Storm 4, or better, if you're used to Storm 3, if you're used to Generations, if you're used to Revolution, if you're used to Storm 2, it doesn't matter. You go into this game, you sit back, you train, you practice, you do everything that you have to do to grasp the mechanics of the actual game itself, and you bring that crap into Storm 4. But at the same time, yes, that will give you your skill, but you also have to become a little bit more privy to everything that's going on inside of Storm 4 and its mechanics and things of that nature. Now, going into the next point, that's going to be basically how to get better at Storm 4. Now, the best way for me to say this crap is to touch bases on what I do or what I did to ensure that I can basically bring my skill level up to where it is now. Okay. Now, obviously, let's say that you're in training mode or you're in an online match, okay, and you're basically leaving openings and things of this nature. If you're comboing and you're constantly your combo and you utilize your freaking support, you switch to your support or whatever, blah blah blah. Okay, if you're getting attacked, what you have to get into a habit of doing is basically sitting back and attack. You know, you do your normal hop, you throw your shuriken, you switch, you throw your tilt. Now, I'm a big fan of the projectile type tilts, right? Like my best team currently would be Naruto, Minato, and freaking Itachi. Now, if I'm going against someone that I know for a fact is on the same level as me, or if I'm going on against someone that basically I know for a fact isn't worth my time, what I end up doing is picking Minato and Itachi, right? And it's not because of their combos, it's not because of anything of that nature. It's because of their tilt. It's because of the speed of their freaking hops and all that crap, and then also to their tilt. If you sit back and you hop to the side, you tilt, right? The moment you touch the ground, then after you tilt with Itachi maybe, and then you freaking touch your opponent's guard, right? Or you so much as touch your opponent, you switch, then you come in with either a dash or a freaking tilt from Minato. If that tilt connects and you freaking switch again to freaking goddamn Itachi one more time, you come in with a chakra dash, you basically got your opponent where they're instantaneously pressured. In Naruto Storm 4, I also noticed that basically chakra doesn't really mean as much. Yes, dashes is important, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, the more you dash, the more your opponent's going to dash. You're both wasting chakra. You're putting yourself in a situation where you're basically not fighting to the point where you need to freaking fight, if that makes sense, right? So then you have the moment where, what if you sit back and you hop, right? You do the double, you press X twice or press A twice, you know, instantaneously, so you can do that hop forward thing. You throw your shuriken as you're moving forward, you get closer to your opponent, and instantaneously, the moment you touch the ground, you're going ahead and you combo. You sit back and you watch them substitute. You can hop through a shuriken, going ahead and continue your combo. You hop one more time through a shuriken switch, so then you're going ahead and freaking fall into your tilt. Or you can tilt first and then you freaking switch and continue your freaking combo. There's multiple options open to you, right? Now, obviously, when it comes to the depth of this game, there's a lot more things that I feel as if I can say, right? But obviously, considering the fact of the matter that I touched bases on this game so far to the point of where I am right now, I just feel like at the end of the day, Storm 4 is a good game. Only thing that we as players of the Storm series have to do is just dive deep into the mechanics of the game to be able to get a better understanding on what to do. What I may end up doing is doing, like, I guess, a few more videos touching bases on tips and tricks, or I could just sit back and just talk about Naruto and post some of the gameplay in the background. Anyone that sits back and they want to basically learn more on how to play Storm more effectively, just send me a DM or sit back and freaking, you know, add me on PlayStation Network and we can sit back and train like that, okay? But obviously, the best thing that I can say is that, like I said before, Storm 4 is a good game. You see what I mean? It just takes a little bit practice to sit back and adapt to the mechanics of that game particularly, right? So if you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And if you did not like this video, feel free to dislike this video. That way I can know what I need to work on in terms of quality. This is Tracer May 21, and thank you for watching.